And today, I want to shout out Wonder Focus mushroom gummies made with lion's mane, cordyceps, B6, B12, alpha G, PC, and green tea. All right. Um, what's up, love? These are, well, there was ones that were supposed to be for day. I guess these are the daytime ones because they don't say nighttime, but Wonder Focus, they're really good. They taste good, and I mean, they do make my mind feel more awake and aware. So without further notice and without further ado, let's get straight into the message of the day. So today, I want to also shout out my t-shirt. It says, rejection is redirection. And it shows you a little space cadet and a portal and then the grid. So when someone rejects you, they're directing you towards someone else that's going to love you better. So anytime you get rejected, you never run back. You always run the other way. Remember, remember, remember. All right? I actually sell these t-shirts, but nonetheless, it's so many things to talk about. I've searched and scrolled on the internet before I came on here, and how do I put this? People will try to tell you that in order for you to be a good influencer right now, the only thing you should be focusing on is the political views and what's going on in politics. As I do believe that we should focus on what is going on. Oh, hold on, let me wipe off my camera. What's going on with ICE and what's going on with all these different political parties and groups. Okay, I'm sorry. I got disconnected for a little bit, y'all. It's that sensitive these days. So, once I finally got to the understanding that everyone just wants to focus on the political values, the political parties, the groupings, and all of that stuff, even though that's really not the main focus, that's literally just a distraction to keep us arguing, fighting, warring, and just being completely absent of what the hell is really going on, like the real, actual people pulling the strings behind the scenes. Well, come to realize that most of the fighting you see on TV, most of the fighting you see with politicians and all of that stuff, that's literally just scripted stuff. That's just stuff for you to consume so that you're not consuming peace, love, and light and elevation and manifesting with your imagination. Right? Now, I'm a person, I'm in the middle, I'm in like the midst of it all. Like I'm in between it. I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over there, I'm down there, I'm right here, I'm over there, I'm everywhere, right? I'm even in here doing this, I'm right here doing this, I'm over here doing this. I'm in tune with all my different versions of me, right? All my 7 Dragon Balls, right? But the thing is, if we don't learn how to bring all those Dragon Balls together and center them, right? And to get with somebody else who also has their Dragon Ball centered, we're going to lose sight of the actual mission here, which is to get with people who think like you, talk like you, and remind you of where you're going. And you marry those people and you build your own realities within your offspring. So you have offspring that exist on a certain frequency and you put them into the universe to change the narrative. What we as Americans are losing is the fact that we're allowing our children to get indoctrinated into this system. Let me explain before you ask me dumb questions. We're signing birth certificates, getting social security cards, which are barcodes essentially, and allowing our government to take our children as just a piece of paper and funnel them through the system as they so please. And the more papers you have in your file, the more weight you carry. So you have CDLs, you have hair cosmetology licenses, you have DOD clearance, you have gun license, you have B&D Monadnock nightstick certifications, you have did I say gun license? You have the license to handcuff someone, you have the license to pepper spray. You start stacking up a file of all these different things that you are on paper, and that's supposed to be the only thing that gives you weight in America, right? But then the Americans want you focused on their paperwork instead of the paperwork that overwrites all of their stuff, which is the Native American documents, documents from back before they started this government, this colonialism. The Native Americans, when we had our own nations, I did hear someone else tell me, all right, I'm not going to take credit for all this wisdom. Someone else on her platform told me about the 5 different Indian nations or certified, forgot what they're called, 5 civil Indian nations, civilized Indian nations, which were created by white settlers in 1900s, right? But before that, the Native Americans, Cherokee, Chickasaw, all of different names, had their own actual nations on this land, right? So we forget about that paperwork, and that paperwork gives us the right to get our land back. And if you're Black, 9 times out of 10, you are related to this movement, this group of people, right? You have ancestors in this, and you can go back and figure out what land belonged to which tribe that you belong to. When you do that, you have the right to go back and snatch that land back, especially if there's nobody on it right now, right? But even if there's people on it, you have the rights to snatch back any corporation or business on there, entity on there, and tell them that they need to pay it forward to you and your family because the land was stolen. It was never paid for, right? And they have to give back everything that was stolen. Because by their rules, if you didn't buy it and you stole it, you're a criminal. You got to go to jail or return the property. So with all that being said, all of this ICE, police, war, hate groups, prison systems is a fucking distraction from you figuring out what land you actually own in this country so that you can own the rights to everything on that land based on your bloodline's heritage. We're talking about true ownership in America, how everyone's wanting influencers right now to focus on, well, if you're an influencer and you're not talking about what's going on with ICE and the police system and all the brutality, then you're in the wrong headspace and you're a part of the problem. Why are you trying to sell us products? Because I did talk about how these are my t-shirts. You can go purchase them on TikTok, right? However, and my capsules, actually, I need to get them right now because they keep me from having herpes outbreaks. That's why I give my advice to people. I'm also going to pharmacy technician school, right? But more importantly, I learned that the pharmacy technicians are actually looking into getting in touch with the herbal system. They actually want people like us, herbalists, to join them in their motion because they actually want to get on the bandwagon with us. Because there's someone right now, the dude, he runs Nature Cure Labs. I spoke to him directly, right? He owns his own herbal line. So he has like L-lysine. He has all these different products. I actually am a vendor of them. You can click the link in the bio down below in all my descriptions. Click there and you go to my milkshake link and it'll give you links to all his products that are also herbal remedies as well. So he's gone to different conventions and sold his products. So I, much like himself, can do the same thing. Because some products that are in, some of the herbs in his stuff are in my stuff, but I never actually knew him before I constructed my product. I made mine as tea and then I turned it into a capsule. So I did my own studies, and just so happens he had actually recruited my actual boss. He recruited my boss, the girl who brought me into herpes advocacy. He recruited her under his umbrella. So then I guess she pointed him to me and said, come get her too. But I already had my own product before I even met them. Right? Not taking away from his accolades and everything that he does with his product, because I still have a link to sell his product, and I do support anyone that wants to be in the same grouping selling herbs, right? Are those pork free? Yes. These are vegan capsules. Yes. vegan capsules, very much pork free. And all the herbs are grown actually at the apothecary that I get them from. And they're drying them there in the back upstairs. And I just blend them and put them in the capsules with oil of oregano drops, which are also at the apothecary. So with that being said, hold on one second. Let me pipe that down. All right. So with that being said, as a true American, what we're now talking about is, or on this live, they say, oh, you want to sell all these products and distract us with all this stuff. No, we want to give you products because they can help you heal, because you need to heal in America, right? These are for people with herpes and also for people who just want to detox and for people who actually want to do birth control, because this is a natural birth control as well. The herbs cause uterine contractions, which prevent you from your uterine lining from attaching to your uterus and the placenta from maturing. I studied it for a whole year. It works. So with that being said, they say we want to do that, right? As an influencer, we just want to sell products. That's not the truth. Actually, we would love to sell you products, but me as an influencer, instead of talking about ICE and giving my energy and attention to ICE and police systems and all these different government officials and all these problems that they want to bring us, instead of me bringing that to your doorstep, right? Instead of me putting that, not my doorstep actually just creaked. Oh my. But instead of me bringing that to you, I'd rather you focus on figuring out the 5 civilized Indian nations, right? I'm saying 5, I'm pointing with this hand, with my capsules in my hand. The 5 Indian civilizations, and then going even further than that and figuring out which tribe your ancestors are connected to. Because 9 times out of 10, as a Black person, you're connected to some kind of tribe. 9 times out of 10. That makes sense? So with that being said, if you figure out that stuff and you go towards that, you own all the corporations and entities on that property. You own jurisdiction over all of the properties and business is in that land. Now, I don't need to tell y'all where I'm home. What am I saying? My great-great-grandmother, I met her. She passed away at 100 when I was in 3rd grade. She just so happened to had land and farmland and 15 siblings, if I'm not mistaken, in West Virginia, which was known to be slave territory at one point, but they owned the property and the land there. They purchased it. It belonged to them. Before that, I believe they purchased some of it from maybe their master. But then again, they're also proven to be Native American. It's in the bloodline, just a few more generations back. If you can go ahead and find that proof on paper, everything that's within that Indian nation's land becomes property that you and your family own and operate. Because it was never paid for, it was stolen. So when you do that research, that's why some people who are Black walk around with their heads so high in America. Not because, oh, I'm a part of the government, but because no. My ancestors owned this land before y'all came over here and settled in it and stole it. So everything that's on this land that is a business or a property or a corporation belongs to me and the tribe and anyone that's a part of our tribe. Does it make more clear understanding why people now need to network with people and do this research so that we can go and buy back our land and own it? Because when we own it, we can say, Look, whoever owns the land that the ICE building is operating off of can literally say, we're shutting this down right now. Oh, wait a minute now. Yeah, you can't give me any documentation that proves that is false. So again, it's very important to do the research as a Black person and figure out exactly where where your family owns land at, what nation you guys are from, so that you can own the land. Not just simply feed the people on the land and be a sex slave or energetic faucet for these people, but also own the land and everything that is on it. Spiritually overseeing it. And even at some point physically and financially. So I'd rather give you guys that information versus telling you to focus on, let's go fight ICE in the street. These niggas are using war weapons that literally make you feel like your head is going to blow up on American citizens daily. They're using sound like they're coming in with frequency sonic waves because they put metals in our foods on purpose, so that when they use these sonic wave frequency machines and mind altering machines, which is why I try to play healing frequencies when I go to bed at night, because I want my frequency in my body to be in tune with what it's supposed to be in tune with, right? The solfeggio frequencies, right? 369 hertz, 453 hertz. Sound healing is very much a real thing. They used to heal the Asians in temples used to heal people when they would go into their underground temples and they would chant Om, Om, and it would ricochet off the walls and it would heal the person and remove any vibration that is not natural to the person from their entity. Om, Om, Om. Focusing on the diaphragm and the heart and the chest when you're oming, though. Focus right here. You know this pain that you always feel as an American right here, because they're always attacking your confidence and your solar plexus, which is your willpower, your main source of energy. Om. When you actually get into your diaphragm, look at how your voice can change. How you can project your voice more easily because you don't have energetic distractions and vibrations fucking up your natural vibration. Om. Om. That's why in other countries like Africa, the original language was not English, which has lots of consonants, which disrupts energy flow through the throat chakra. Consonants make you, when you have to say particular, it makes energy swirl right here, which blocks up the flow of your nadis. Like in Naruto, the nadis, the chakras, the 7 Dragon Ball Z's, it's all to tell you what the hell you're supposed to really be focusing on any day. Right? You gotta reactivate your diaphragm underneath your rib cage. That muscle right there, you must activate it. And don't get in energies that you know ain't trying to, no, if they ain't benefiting you, you gotta run the other way. If people ain't trying to get on the same boat as you, they trying to still stay in this. Oh, ICE. Oh, Siri. Oh, ISIS. Oh, shit. What's the other one? Alexa, Google. All these different. Did y'all see the videos of the children? Then when someone says, hey, Google, the kids say, and they go like this and they go like that and they fall down on the ground. It's because they're doing something to their casual chakra, the chakra on the back of your head. There's an eyeball right here. Everybody always talk about the third eye on the front of the forehead. You forget that the third eye on the front of the forehead goes straight through the pineal gland and straight to an eyeball right back here. It's all math, straight across. There's a diagonal right here that goes this way, but really it comes from the thymus down here all the way up here, right? The Bindu chakra from the back of the neck down here, Bindi chakra. Right? They don't want you to know the mathematics of your brain and how they're really controlling you. And when you say, hey, Alexa, and it shoots out, how may I help you? The kids in all the videos, they start grabbing the back of their head and they all fall on the ground flat, or they run around and say, no! And every single kid, white, black, didn't matter what they look like. But we trusting this kind of technology in our homes, around our children, asking it for advice every 5 seconds. Hey Siri, how do I drive here? Hey Siri, how do I exist? Hey Chat GPT, what's the new subject? What should I focus on this year? Donald Trump just signed a treaty to get rid of the American dollar and move towards digital currency. Oh, sorry, you can't come to our store. You don't have digital currency, so you won't be able to eat, ma'am. Meanwhile, this whole entire time, this year, what I've been telling everybody, focus on growing some potatoes in your backyard or something. Focus on growing, get one of them little garden little things from off the internet and grow your herbs inside your house. Have little herbs and stuff growing in the corner of your kitchen. So, become vegetarian or vegan. Learn how to eat mushrooms. Start growing mushrooms. You can get a bucket from Home Depot and some mushroom spores, sprinkle that in there and grow the mushrooms in your house. Mushrooms can grow in a week. Meat can expire in a matter of a few days. You can mush up the mushrooms and make some homemade burgers. You understand what I'm saying? All that, I eat meat, my blood type is this. You do realize humans at one point in time wasn't eating meat because we couldn't cook meat and we couldn't eat raw mammoth, right? Because mammoths was walking around with all kinds of other diseases that we didn't have as humans. So we couldn't eat that shit raw. That's why people used to die back in the day. But we became humans that became eaters of meat. We became omnivores. So when I stress to you that it's very important for you to understand and operate in a way where you're understanding, like, you're not fighting against anything except for the fact that we're being attacked by energy weapons that make us feel like we got to be tense all the time. You don't have to be tense. Stop being tense. You're messing up your own body's natural flow. All that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I hate to let you know it, but it's ridiculous. You're fighting against energy weapons. If you just figure out where the energy weapon is coming from and block off the connection, you're no longer fighting against all that. Like, don't get me wrong now. As a wonderful wizard and master of energy, you can learn how to turn your energy into a portal, and you learn how to siphon energy and all that. But why would you want to do that when you could just fix the problem, the root of the problem? If you got a mouse problem, right, you don't just shove steel wool in the holes and leave the mice in your holes in your wall, do you know? You get all the rats out of your wall first. And then you patch up shit after you've already went through and made sure there was no nests, no shit, and you cleanse. That's why I sell a parasite detox. So you can get that shit out of you, them people out of you, that neighborhood out of you, that job out of you, and you can get back to your vibration. See, as an influencer, I'd rather give you something that's going to help you. I'm not going to keep on telling you, focus on ICE, be stressed, focus on the police system. You're giving your energy to them. As soon as we focus on them, wherever you pay attention to grows in power and authority over you. That's why when I get on here, my neighbor, she tried to make noise so I could focus on her, because it's still making me pay attention to her. Right? But if she don't make no noise, I forget she even exists. Like, who is that? What? That's not even here. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what? Like, but when I sit here and I focus on her, because she's making noises, it pays attention and gives her life force energy, gives her the ability to stomp more, make more noise. And people know this about life, which is why people create chaotic relationships with you. Our government is creating a chaotic relationship with you that makes you think that you actually have to pay for the place that you live in every single month. Our government is creating a chaotic situation with you that's making you believe that you're supposed to be out here in the streets, protesting ICE, getting shot, because you want to look like you care about the riot. When the issue is, we got to figure out who owns the property and the land where they're actually setting up this organization at, and getting those people to get ownership rights over their land. and shut down the organization because it's not benefiting anyone for them to even exist. So why do we give them more energy and attention as an influencer with a mass platform? If what they say isn't benefiting anyone, hold on, y'all, because this woman, hold on. Nah, I was just making sure my environment was safe for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on. Something changed in my energy, my aura. And I'm looking at this, my eyes looking like it's more drained. Like whoever just hopped in my energy is actually drained right now and looking for something to eat off of. And I don't want to be feeding nobody my energy if they not going to let me get their energy when it's time for me to hop up in they. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you wouldn't do it for me, don't expect me to let you do. Okay? So, no reboot. But anywho, I'll take the rest of my capsules. More rest for her. Yeah. She don't never sleep. She always up doing something. Trying to reintegrate some kind of energy connection. It's like, girl, no. I don't trust it. Because I done had too many attacks come from your household. I don't trust you. I'm sorry. No. I don't trust you. No. I don't. No. I don't. No. The answer is no. We don't need to set up like that. Because if we set it up like that, then we still going to be in a mass situation of, no, it's not going to work for me. Because y'all not going to do what I need to be done. I can't trust it. But that's where I live at for the next rest of the year, right? So gotta figure out something. But back to the original statement. Y'all want us influencers to focus on the wrong shit. If I focus on those entities and those organizations, I'll be fucked up. If I tell you to focus on those entities and organizations, you'll be fucked up. But if I tell you to focus on your indigenous roots, if I tell you to focus on figuring out what society you're from, if I tell you to focus on, they fighting for authority. It's masculine versus feminine energy over here, which again, I still don't get that either. Another conversation for another day. My point is this. As an influencer of anything, my job is to get you to focus on what's going to help better your life. And what I know is going to better your life is you knowing who you are, where you from, what land your people owned, so that you can go and get that land. And when you get that land, I just made a tinfoil hat for my son. That's funny. But when you go get that land, how you can have authority over the actual nation. Because those 13 families that run the world, they run the money, but they don't really run anything. Because again, they said, surely if we ever came together and figured out our true authority and autonomy over them, because they have to return everything that was stolen. They have to return everything that's stolen. They have to return everything that was stolen because they never paid for it. And once you figure out what was stolen from your family, you get your shit back. The whole family, the bloodline, the spiritual ancestry, everything comes back into being vibrant, because even the ancestors are now able to operate on the land that belonged to them for centuries before slavery, centuries before Christianity, centuries before all of this shit. But too many black people too worried about, oh, I got a bag on me, I got an ass on me, I got a man on me. Which is nothing wrong with any of that stuff. I really can wholeheartedly say, if you have any of those things, congratulations to you, sis, bro. That's amazing. But I need you to focus on the true ownership, the original ownership, so that we can, get to a real bag, meaning freedom. Even your favorite artist is screaming about it. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Hey, hey, freedom, freedom. Where are you? Because I need freedom too. Okay? And even your favorite artists are screaming about getting freedom and being freed from the systematic torture. And they got all the money, all the Grammys, all the jewelry, all the contracts, all the Tiffany diamonds. If they're screaming that to the top of their lungs, you think you with your $50,000 job is going to make somebody or make the world change? You think being an influencer with 150,000, 400,000, 600,000, 1.5 million followers, and you talking about selling a t-shirt and shaking ass, that you going to change the world? No. But if every single influencer today told everyone to get on the internet, excuse me, just for next month, Black History Month, right? Just for all Black History Month, if every single influencer focuses on getting the people to do the research and figure out what bloodline they come from originally this year, if we did that all next month, instead of focusing on your nigga ain't shit if he ain't getting you a Valentine's Day treat, if you fucked a nigga all year long and your 1 year relationship come up and he ain't getting you nothing for Valentine's Day, you ain't got all of that. No. If every single influencer in the US of A used their platform during Black History Month to ask everyone to figure out our original roots, trace our bloodline back, go get those original documents and files, go to the library, the Akashic records, and go find out what they wrote down on paper, what belongs to who came from where, what slaves came from what, and who was where. I guarantee you the world would actually change into what we want it to be. Then we could really be out here talking some, yeah, I got motherfucking, my nation over here, we got like 50 acres of land, bruh. Did you know that motherfucking Amazon set they shit up on my land, bruh? I own that bitch now. Hey, Mo, that's what's up, my nigga. If you have to talk like that. If that's what I'm not mad at you and your ebonics. I'm just saying, if every influencer just took this month to say, hey, in honor of Black History Month, I want to go ahead and inspire my community, figure out where the fuck we came from. So, nigga, everybody in the city, I need y'all to go ahead and focus on where the fuck y'all came from. Do y'all know what land y'all own? Because it don't matter how much clout you got and who's backing you, whether it be the kid. Y'all better figure out where the fuck y'all came from. You better figure out what land your ancestors was on when they was fucking and made your little nugget bean head ass. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to know where your daddy and your mother and their parents came from. and their parents and their parents, so that y'all could, like I said, 9 times out of 10, every single person that's black with these high little cheekbones here, Angela Bassett cheekbones here. 9 times out of 10, if you got these kind of cheekbones, you got some red bones, get on the floor. All my brown bones, get on the floor. All my yellow bones, get on the floor. Mix it up and we could mix it up and we could be Creole. Because Creole, New Orleans, everything that has been coming from my life, my bloodline for the longest has been like, the last few years of my life has been telling me to focus on New Orleans. But that's a whole nother conversation, baby. Okay, baby. All right, them NOLA folk, them, right? Got a lot of people in my life from NOLA, in NOLA. My sister go to school down there, being down there, nice little vibe down in NOLA, right? And that's where all the black people go to get in tune with our roots, in tune with our ancestry and what we had to do, hoodoo, voodoo, and everything else, and all kinds of voodoo, things like that we did during slavery times in order to get to this place where we still was able to survive this long. Right? Because a lot of times Africans will come to America and be like, oh, the American people are selling out. They nothing. They know nothing. It's like, we survived being killed by white people for 400 years and built this fucking economy that your ass get to fucking brag about shit in. How dare y'all come over here and disrespect us? We didn't ask to be here. We didn't beg to be here. We was brought here and had to survive. Just like y'all had to survive y'all's lords, your senators, and whatever y'all call them over there. We went through the same situation. It's just people that didn't look like us was also raping us, making our skin tone even lighter and messing up our bloodline and putting all kinds of monkey pox and chicken pox and smallpox all up in the mix. That's why our immune system all fucked up. So yeah, we do come to y'all and ask y'all, so what's the herbal remedy? How do we cook better? Because our shit was stolen from us and we don't know where the fuck we came from. So I would advise that if you are an influencer this month, today, February 1st? Is today the 1st yet? I think it's the 1st now. Hold on. Yeah, it's Black History Month. Yeah. Donald Trump's white ass was able to put paperwork in and change from Black History Month to African American History Month. So if you're going to be an influencer this month and it's African American History Month, I advise you to get your communities to follow you down the pathway of figuring out where we originated from, where the fuck we come from, so that we can get access, because the ownership in our land is all in the tax deeds and stuff, and unclaimed land, foreclosed homes, and so much more. But seriously, just understanding the jurisdiction of where your ancestors had land that they owned for nations of time, centuries of time before slavery even came here. Understanding what y'all owned as a nation before people start building these organizations and neighborhoods and everything. You could venerate that energy so quick, boom, shit is on lock. Because y'all was running the land and y'all's bones is buried on that land. So everything that is that land is y'all. So you need to go to the library this month. You need to go get them live records, them live documents. Some people's names might be removed from it. It's okay. But on both sides, on your mama's side and on your daddy's side, you need to figure out where your ancestors reside so you can understand where the burial ground of the bones that created your ass are at, so you can get to that land and touch that land and put your feet in that dirt and feel the fucking bones and the minerals that have come together from your people, and feel that energy and those minerals touch your soul so you can reactivate your DNA. Do we understand how important that is? Because, we recycle a fucking plastic bag and turn it into a water bottle and feel like an amazing person. But how about you recycle the energy and the bone marrow and everything that broke down in the soil and put that into the food that you eat? Stop growing your food in all this random ass GMO human remain soil from other people and other cultures that got other shit with smallpox and diseases all up in their bloodline. No. Go back to the land where you was raised at. And grow your food in the soil of your ancestors that ate food for 400, 300, 10,000 years before slavery. Grow your food in that soil and ingest those minerals. Figure that out. That's what y'all need to be doing this month. So I'm not going to focus on ICE this month. Fuck, what would they get in a spotlight during our month? They did it on purpose. They did it like this so we would focus on them during our month. They wanted us to focus on them during our month. Fuck that. Fuck that. They don't get no. You don't talk about them this month. You don't acknowledge them this month. You go to your counselors and your senators and you write in those lists. Go to my Instagram. You'll get the paperwork. Who said my ancestors was African? I said my ancestors was Native American. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some of my ancestors are African. They're from Gambia. A part of my bloodline on my grandfather's side. They're from Gambia, yes. And my son's father, their family actually owned property back in Liberia. They're growing food over there currently. They're building a house over there. Actually, all the children have their own plots of land over there, and they're all building their own separate houses in Liberia, actually. So my son's father's doing the work, even though he's in prison. He started the work for his family, for his offspring. My Instagram name is @Euphoria with 9 A's and 1 underscore. You can find a link down below in all the descriptions in all my videos as well. Follow the link there and get all my stuff that I offer. But yeah, I don't understand how people could know what's going on in the world and aim to tear that down instead of I'm gonna climb up this pyramid right here. I'm gonna use this platform, even though somebody's trying to destroy my platform, actively stabbing it, pushing it down, trying to silence it. You see that over there, trying to silence it, trying to turn it into a mound of shit, all of that, trying to destroy what came before. Did you have an important what's your garden? Is at the bottom? It's funny. I keep having this dream where my son's dad's family keeps on asking me to jump in this magical river over in Africa. I don't know what that's about, but that's a conversation for another day. All right, I'm going to silence y'all because, okay. Like I said, I ain't got to brag about my son's father being Liberian to make myself more African, but his father's Liberian. Their parents came over here during the war. Literally, he was the first kid born here after the war. Okay? So his family went through some shit too. Right? His father was a general in the army over there and all of that shit. Made it out, got shot in the stomach, all that weird shit, blah, 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 blah. They done did shit. They African. They had a revolution. They had a whole entire revolt over in Liberia. Because remember also, Liberia is the only country in Africa, or one of the only countries in Africa, where people who were slaves came to America, were slaves, right? And then decided to go back and restart their own country in their original land. So actually everything that Liberia stands for is exactly what I'm talking about. They were actually slaves and they said, fuck it, we just gonna come together and go back to Africa and go buy some land over there where we know we from, and we gonna start over again. My family personally is from Gambia. You see, when I speak of his family, the wind start blowing. They don't play that shit. Their energy is very potent and very much real and very much in the land. Fuck is y'all talking about? Let me see you talk about somebody and the whole damn hurricane almost start outside every time you speak their name. That's power. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make here. The point that I'm making here is this month is for all the influencers to remind people to do this work. So I'm not pressed to fit in and being American. I'm not pressed to fit in and being American because clearly America don't want me to fit in. So why would I be so pressed to try to be, oh, well, I have the DOD clearance. Oh, I have the 6-figure job. Oh, I have the white picket fence. Oh, I own my condo. You just rent. You're just a renter. You're just a squatter. You just here. No. What the fuck I want to be American so bad for? What's the point? Show me. Tell me what benefits are you getting from being an American? that you can't get from going back and finding out your original bloodline's history. If you found out what nation your original tribe was from, because even Hispanics are Native Americans. That's why they have the same pyramids that the Mayans have in Africa, in Mexico. The same pyramids that the Aztecs and the Incas have in Mexico are the same pyramids that are in Atlanta and Alabama and everywhere down south in Arizona. So if you were to do the work and figure out where the fuck your ancestors came back from, don't you think you have a lot more actual spiritual wealth and you'd be able to get your feet in that dirt? Too many people walking around with rubber shoes on, they never put their feet on the dirt. See, when I was a kid, I never wore shoes. I hated shoes. I walked around the streets of DC every day, no shoes on, in the dirt. They used to have to beg me to put shoes on. I already knew who I was long ago before I even I've always been this person. I didn't just one day, oh shit, my baby daddy's in jail, now I'm a revolutionary. Oh shit, somebody in my family got shot by the police, now I'm a revolutionary. No, I've been like this since I was a kid. Walking around barefoot, staring at the sun, playing in the dirt. That was me. I don't want to eat that egg. I only want to eat egg whites. I want fruit. I want vegetables. I don't want meat on my spaghetti. I want spaghetti with just butter and salt. I don't want the meat in mine. I've always been this person. I never became, oh, I'm just vegan because I'm sleeping with a vegan. Or I'm dating this vegan guy, so now I want to be vegan. Or I'm dating a vegetarian, so now I want to be like them. I've always been this person. I am an original being. Because original beings also did not eat meat. Because we couldn't eat meat until they figured out the fire. We couldn't eat meat because it had too many parasites and it would kill us. So I'm more original by things that I was doing as a kid without anyone teaching me that. My brothers and sisters, they eat meat, they eat all that. I'm like, I don't eat that. My mom, one day she got mad. She said, you know what? You big as hell. You big, you fat. I'm not going to keep making your food separate from everybody else. If you don't eat what everybody else eat, you don't eat. Funny how that looks like my life today, where if I don't operate the same way they operate, I get ostracized and casted out from my family. But I'm the only one who wants to do this work and figure out originally where the fuck we are from. Louisiana Pyro 93. I'm gonna ask you to shut the fuck up respectfully because baby boy or girl, I don't know what you are. I'm talking about people in America getting their rights to their land in America, being actual owners of the nation that their original people come from. I'm not talking about not being blessed to be an American. I'm saying if you are native and you have relatives that are native to this land, you should figure out where the fuck they're from, what nation they owned as a Chickasaw, Cherokee, and all that back in the day, back in Pocahontas days, because Pocahontas was real, right? Figure out what nation they owned and find the rights to that land, because there's somewhere a treasury where you can get rights to that land, and everything that is on that land becomes something that you have oversight of, because the land was stolen from your ancestors and it has to be replaced and given back to you through some way of either they respect you on that land and you get to be the tallest person on the land, you and all the people who are part of that nation. So this is not just about me doing it. It's not just about Hispanics doing it. Not just about my neighbors doing it. It's about everybody who I'm talking to who can hear my voice. Do the work this month and figure out where the fuck you're from so that you can get rights to your original land. Because I'm tired of everybody, oh, let's talk about ICE. Let's talk about Syria. Let's talk about ISIS. Let's talk about these things. Fuck all of that. This is our month to focus on us. How about we talk about, so where are you from? Like, you know where your ancestors from? What land did y'all own, like, before slavery happened? Yeah. Do you have Native American ancestors? If you do, because you do know if you have Native American ancestors and you went to any kind of school, right? School, they have to repay, they have to give you back all the money you spent on college. So now everyone who has to spend money on college will get that money back. I'm talking to my brother like, hello, you spent about $50,000 a year on Frostburg. You could get that money back. Hello, smart one. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at everybody like their father's from Jamaica too. But it's like you have ancestors through your mother's bloodline that are connected to Native American soil. So yeah, it's all good to be drinking sorrel and being in the sun and go back to Jamaica because my family not have land over there. You know, I don't have to stay upon the American land, so I can go overseas, go back to my home. But Also, let me own my land in America too. Let me understand where the fuck my DNA is linked to, so I can understand how tall to build my tree of ancestry. Because remember that I think, what is it called, the Devil's Mountain or something like that, or the Devil's Peak? That was the biggest tree on fucking American soil. They cut that shit down. The cut on the tree is a straight across cut. They had to cut that shit with the laser of the sun or something. Because what technology was they using to cut that shit that straight back in the day? Or they was just big enough to cut it straight across back in the day. Think about that. So when we think about, oh, y'all weren't giants. No, if you figure out who your bloodline was, you might end up realize, oh, I was a giant. Oh my God. No, Rhonda, I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping on shit since my mama was in my apartment. Some people are meant to be big because their ancestors were big. People were giants. We are minuscule, microscopic people compared to what we used to be. The trees, the roots that those big trees touch, and all those roots touching underground. Just imagine the connectivity of energy. Have we not watched the movie Avatar, where they would all get underneath the really, really, really big tree and they would touch it and the energy in it would speak to them? More people need to go out and touch trees. I love touching trees. I love looking at the roots of trees, because when you touch nature, you figure out how to channel the energy that's at the bottom of a tree and how it's connected to every single root, to every tree underneath, just like your blood, your veins. Oh my God, because we are just the same as the land, just like your lungs have little veins and little pipeways that connect, and connectivity, and the neurons in your body connect. The trees, how they look like veins and neurons, and they will be the neurons in the tree of the planet, because we are Mother Earth, we are nature. That's why when women get angry, look at that wind blowing. I can't make this shit up. When we truly are in tune with our natural, actual organism, which is planet Earth, we're not supposed to be in boxes. Being inside of a box fucks with your aura. Your aura is a circle. Your aura is a sphere. We're inside of rectangular, angular blocks and boxes, and they're putting frequencies in these walls to disturb our aura. So to not be able to go outside and put your feet in the dirt makes no sense. You need to go outside and touch grass. Grass is also green, which is alive. Yes, I'm talking about grounding yourself. Yeah, getting grounded. A lot of people don't want you grounded. Like, oh, you're an astronaut, you're a space cadet. And then you forget about the bottom half. You think about building your tower up all tall, but hold on. How you want to have a tower this tall, but it ain't got no roots in the ground? You need to ground yourself. You need to think about your roots in the dirt. Think about the center of the earth. The center of the earth is like filled with magma and lava. Think about your feet wrapping around the magma and the lava in the middle of the earth. Oh, wow. Whew, I feel so grounded. I feel planted like a tree all of a sudden. But you would want to do that on the land that you're from, because you don't want to just plant your tree any fucking where, because that's not the neurons of your bloodline. You're attaching to someone else's DNA, and that's why your brain is all fucked up. Not to mention, they're also having all of these frequency barriers they put in place. I mean, did we forget that they built like hundreds of towers during COVID? 5G towers to literally emit certain frequencies into the people who got that vaccination. So now you got nanobots. They admitted were in your body. They admitted that they do have something in there where if a certain sound plays, that little nanobot in your body will zombify your brain. So your U.S. government that y'all want to love on and talk about their organizations and try to go against people who probably got this vaccination, this robot program brain. You want to go against these people, and you want us to focus on those people during our month and give them our energy and our attention, instead of, hey, how about we go to the library and go figure out where the fuck we from, so we could go ahead and get jurisdiction over our land. Figure out how many 5G towers are there and get them shits knocked down. Yeah, I don't want that 5G shit on my people's land. Knock that shit, knock that whole entire fake ass flower grid shit. Like, go to the top of and you see that fake ass flower grid up there. You comb that shit off the top of everybody's head so everybody can finally reopen their craniums to being connected to the ethers again. They put a fucking energy ceiling over top of everyone's head. You have a headache every day. You have a migraine every day. You're getting Advil, Aleve, and pills and medicine every day because they literally have structured a fake flower of life grid over top of your whole entire community to disturb the frequency of your brain. That causes inflammation. That causes stress. It's not to protect you. It can only fuck you up and make it worse. If you don't believe me, try it out. Repeat that power grid. Power grid. Okay, the power grid. They've created a fake flower of life power grid over every neighborhood, which is ran by a certain individual, people who are the overseers of that particular area. They have access to that power grid. Anyone that tries to go above that power grid, meaning if they're like a mason in the area, or they have access to the grid. They can lock in to the grid. So anyone that's not flight cleared or has security clearance or DOD clearance cannot lock into this grid. You then become a slave of the property, and you don't have the ability to oversee and overstep and use that grid to attack other individuals who are innocent, meaning smacking upside their head so that you can harvest their energy. It turns into a video game. They basically programmed the land for us to be in a video game. When they built all these 5G towers and told us to stay in the house, the whole country. That's what they were doing all across the whole country during COVID. That's why no one was allowed to come out the house, because they wanted to hurry up and build all these structures. They magically had enough money to randomly build so many towers and antennas, but then turn around, here we are, we can't even get food stamps during Christmas. They want you stressed out. They don't want you focusing on, again, getting in tune with the land, putting your feet in the dirt, getting connected to the land where your ancestors are from. They don't want you focusing on everywhere. I was working in Kensington. I figured out the same thing. They got satellites over top of Kensington. It's everywhere. Because everywhere has some Masons or some secret society group of people who are locked into the grid, that have access to the grid, that keep everyone else under them. So they get to be the big head of the area, and they're looking at all the other big heads, right? Meanwhile, everybody else, Africa has their own internet. They've created their own internet. And I think they're using their internet to hack the whole entire U.S. system. But that's a whole conversation I'm not going to talk about right now on the internet. Even on the phone. If I don't open my heart chakra to my phone, I could like be touching my screen and nothing's going to move. Nothing's going to move on my phone. The connection that we have to our phones is so superior to because we give our energy to the phone. Because again, the phone operates off of energy, right? Funny thing. I have an ex I was breaking up with. I stopped giving him my energy. I cut him off completely. I just was like, move, get out my face. Every time I would think about him, my phone battery would go down. But then I would think about somebody else, and the phone battery would go up without it being on a charger. Y'all got to understand how volatile and how lucid and fluid energy truly is. But you only get to this point when you've isolated yourself and you're able to really understand your energy versus someone else's energy versus someone else's energy. So like my energy, right, is centered right here, right? But then I have like my mother's energy is like over here on my shoulder. And I have like my neighbor's energy, which is trying to like sit on my shoulder. Then I have like my son's energy, which is over here. Then I have my son's father's energy over here. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like everyone's energy is floating around you in little bubbles and spheres and spectrums, right? So when you're not understanding, like, then the neighborhood next to me, their energy, it's like they got a freaking pyramid trying to come in my window. Like, why is your pyramid coming in my window? Lord to that, right? Y'all neighborhood pyramids jurisdiction supposed to stop right at that fence. Like somebody messed up the grid on that one. Like, they need to rewrite the programming on that. Y'all need to be right there. That's y'all. That's your boundary, right? So with that being said, when you understand energy grids and masonry and math and mathematics and angles, it makes you able to play a different game than everybody else. But instead of me giving all that my energy, right? Because that's a very important part of life too. But instead of playing that game, it's time for us to start playing the game of understanding where your people came from. And then you play that mathematics game on your own land. Does that make sense? Because I have to put the message out for people to hear it. It's Black History Month. It's my job. No. God is everyone around us. God is us. We are God. Just some people want to be the God, but they're not even nature or natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to God, but they're not even putting their feet in the dirt. But God is life. God is not technology. Humans want to take technology and make themselves gods through technology. And don't get me wrong, God created technology because we are able to use technology to advance ourselves, right? But the technology that we're using, I can feel the energy grid again. The technology that we're using has people confused. About what God is and who God is and how something is or is not godly. It's not godly to want to pass by your neighbor's house and force the women to plug into your energy in another neighborhood if you're not making sure that we're safe every day. That's not godly. That's just hyper masculinity. It's not godly as a woman to not want to nurture and create and build and construct with someone every day, because our purpose as women is to help create and to hold souls and to hold space. So when we get technology involved, now we got people on the internet. Oh yeah, if you a baby daddy, you ain't shit. Oh yeah, if you a girl and you ain't got 5 racks in your account, you ain't shit. Oh yeah, if you ain't got a car that's paid off, you ain't shit. Oh yeah, if your hair don't come down to your ass, you ain't shit. Like, the technology has us not focusing. Like Erykah Badu said, look, a lot of stuff she said is prolific, y'all. Her last album, you can call it, but you can't use my phone. You better use telepathy, cause you can't use my phone. She has a part on there, she said, the bees vibrate, right? But the phone's vibration is fucking with the bees so they can't find their way home. Every time the fucking phone rings, bzz, 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 hello? Oh, Instagram notification. Instagram, instant gratification. Every time the phone vibrate, your ass be like this. But because you do that, people use that against you, and they make content and they draw you in and they reel you into the content, and they keep on stirring it up and mixing it up and cooking up, and they just sucking your energy up through the screen. So if you got any common sense, I don't care about, I'm going to say what I need to say right now. If you got any sense, you would take the knowledge and the wisdom that I'm talking about right now and use it to go find your autonomy and authority out here in the world. Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as death. As a person who's transgressioned and transpired through many ego deaths and many car accidents, and oh shit, my vision went blurry and green today and tomorrow it's blue, and oh shit, I might have hopped in another dimension. Oh shit, this nigga might have killed me when he strangled me. This one might have killed me when we got into a car accident. This one might have killed me when he strangled me back in high school. Guess the fuck what? I'm still here, bitch. Don't matter what the fuck you gotta say to me, how you feel about what the fuck going on in my house. I'm here. So until the day that I'm dead, I'm gonna say what needs to be said. That's why God keep waking my black ass up. Right? So what I had to say was, and what I will continue to say is, if you got any sense, at this time, take it upon yourself to go to that library and go figure out where the fuck you are from. Go to that library and go figure out where the fuck you from as a native to this land, so you can enjoy being on that land doing your damn thing. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So for everyone who was here, who got the information, heard it, digested it, talked about it, felt it, whatever. To the demons next door who living in hell's gates, hey, we need y'all to remember why God exists and why the light exists. Thank you for being detrimental to the existence of people and cackling like a fucking fool. Thank you, people upstairs, for bickering and being confused. Thank you, people over here, for slamming the doors. Thank you, motherfuckers down there, for doing all that. Whatever. If we all still here, he gonna go to sleep and wake up. Sleep is the cousin of death, right? But during Black History Month, instead of focusing on ICE and whether they're gonna come into your neighborhood and shoot everybody, and whether they're gonna come into the neighborhood and kill everybody, and whether they're gonna come into the neighborhood and get the cartel lord and drag him out and take him to jail and slaughter somebody's mother, instead of worrying about all of that, use this time to go read a book and figure out what land your people owned. So at least you can go there and get rooted in that land. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? Okay. So the energy gonna keep on spinning, cause big wheels keep on turning, Proud Mary keep on burning. Okay. So it's all in the music, all right? It don't matter what you try to make me feel about fear and energy and all the shit. Nigga, bitch, Migo, Wigga, President, Obama, Anunnaki, Lyrian, extraterrestrial, creature, organism, reptilian, insect. Motherfucker, we all here in consciousness. So while you're conscious, before you die for real and never come back, take some time during the month for your people, because I believe next month belongs to the Hispanics, so they get to do their little thing next month, or their big thing next month. Take this time to go find out where your people is from, because you might not even be Black. You might be Chickasaw. You might be Luckasaw. You might be, I don't know, Blackfoot. You might be something that you don't, you understand? Just figure out what land your people own and go there and find out how to own property there and be in that energy. Because you're not going to be at home in any place where people cackling out the window, people over here trying to do this over, like, you're not going to find it here. It's going to be people trying to convince you that, you already dead. Just give up. Oh, we killed your son. What are you going to do about it? The motherfucker going to wake up tonight, ain't he? You got to go to school tomorrow, don't he? So why am I going to sit here and be worried about what you got to say? Okay. Oh my gosh, we got you. We murdered you. Oh yeah, we got you. We played the video game. Woo hoo hoo. Oh my goodness, we destroyed your home. Guess what? The same shit can happen right back to you. Right back at you. So why would you do that to another group of people? Y'all be the whole reason why this shit be going on the internet. And y'all can't even see it. That's the sad part. Y'all be the reason why ICE coming through. The way that you treat each other is the reason why ICE exists. Because y'all have enough hate to give another vehicle the energy it needs to hate on people. And nothing that I said in this video was hating on anybody, have you mind. People can't stand to see a light because it shows how dark they really are. You can't stand to understand that if you just used your time wisely to go build yourself up, you wouldn't need to destroy or hurt or harm anybody, right? So when someone tries to say, oh, I put that shit up in her chest, just push it right on out. Who cares? Oh my God, you put your energy in my chest. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, you're a rapist, you're a pedophile, you're a creep. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, you raped children. Congratulations, you're a demon. What reward did you get for that? But what will be rewarding is going back to your original land and getting all your people over there and then just, running your shit on your land and your property. Not taking over other people's shit, because at the end of the day, you don't even own this shit, because the people who telling you that you own the shit don't even own the shit that you think you own. The banks don't own shit. The people who own the shit are the people who originally have the land, and it's all written in the actual treaties and documents that when the natives come to seize their land, everyone must stand down. That's why they keep trying to go to these reservations and build stuff on their land and okay, go. They want to go. I want to go to the reservation and build an oil thing on your land, and I'm going to, poison your water because our oil pipes are accidentally leaking in your water. Oops, because they want to kill the people before they get the knowledge and the wisdom, and people actually go back home. So before someone tries to tell you that they beat you at your own game, it's all energy. It's all an illusion. Can't nobody kill nobody energetically, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. So once you figure out where it's connected at, right here at the little, right between the heart chakra, right? You just want to connect to your heart chakra. Cut off access to the heart chakra. Move along. People make it like, oh my God. Oh my God. We're gonna kill you. Ooh, we win. Like, you don't win. You still gotta pay a mortgage. If I die, you stuck paying a mortgage for the rest of your life. If I die, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and the children that come after that gonna still be paying for shit that they supposed to own for free. So go ahead and kill somebody like me if you want to. Be stupid and siphon my energy and help the government fuck me up if you want to. But if a person like me die and people like me die, y'all gonna be stuck in this loop forever, paying for shit forever. Never gonna be in that land that we supposed to be in, land of milk and honey, where it's like, oh shit, birds is tweeting, we growing our own food, we chilling. Ain't nobody paying for shit. Like, paying for what? Money? What? Digital currency? What you talking about? Ain't nobody about to get no goddamn Bitcoin. The fuck, who about to do that? Litecoin? Your fucking cash that you got in your house don't even it's not even about to exist. And y'all sitting here worried about playing stupid ass games, trying to shoot each other in your own fucking neighborhoods, in your own communities. You're fucking retarded, bro. You're slow. You're fucking remedial. Now I gotta hate on people because it's like, why would you do some shit like that to somebody? This is Black History Month and you sitting here trying to destroy people, trying to celebrate they roots. You got roots too. Go figure out where you from. Get that land jumping and bumping. Go take all this American money back there and go re-civilize your shit and become the boss over there. Shit, my baby father family did it. Did it with ease. Did it with ease. But to try to come to somebody else's neighborhood off some weird ass like energy siphoning weird battle, like, that swirl is just like, for what reason are y'all doing that? I don't get it. But it's like energy must communicate with itself, right? So we just looking at the energy like back and forth. It's like it just don't want to splice itself and just separate. That's how you know a nigga needs you. That's how you know you're needed. So why not act like it? That's how you know you're needed. Stop acting like you don't know you're needed. Stop acting like your presence is just something that's just a matter of a fact. No, your presence is needed, and you standing on business about yourself is needed. So do it. Figure out what you're really supposed to own down here. You're needed, but stop acting like you're not. Stop using your energy to harm people. To control people. To push people down. Break everybody's chains. Let everybody know. It's the energy grid up there. Cut that motherfucking nasty ass vine work off the top of your brain. I'm about to sneeze. You might fuck around and earn something. Throat itching. All right, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a reading real quick and then I'm going to get up out of here. Okay? I love y'all. This is a beautiful way to start off Black History Month. Just remember today and tomorrow, go Google it. Go figure out, just go on my ancestry.com. There's parts of it that's free where they'll give you free vital documents. And I think you have to pay like $15 to go ahead and research them more. So just go figure it out. Like, don't shortchange the devil energy hierophant. Don't shortchange yourself from your own history and bloodline because you're trying to just stay above and afloat. Like, break down their fucking energy systems. Hierophant and the High Priestess. Ooh, somebody about to have a baby. It says, leave behind things that disgust you. And then the Knight of Cups came out. Yeah. Draining ass. To even want digital currency to be a thing is crazy. Like, what? That shit is so volatile. They could be like, your Bitcoin today is $50,000, one Bitcoin. And tomorrow, oh, Bitcoin is only $0. But because of the people who invested in it, they won't let certain cryptos go down in value. But then they will to scare the people who don't know who own it. Again, see how the knowledge of ownership helps you actually have a upper hand in every single situation? When you know who owns the shit behind everybody, it's like, you can't stop what I got going on. I know who owns your shit. So every time you think you beating me, I got my hand in both pots. I'm never gonna lose. I can bounce back and forth because I know who owns your shit. What cackle? I'm like, what? But it's not about that. That's the truth. There's a tower, which is gonna bring out some truth. Right? Because they don't want you to look at that. They didn't want you to see that. It's like, oh no, don't look. We're trying to stab your son and siphon his energy, but we don't want you to look at that part down there. No, don't look at that. That's not really happening. It already happened. Just leave it alone. Yeah, we did it while you were sleeping last night. We hurt your children and slaughtered them, so you got to leave them behind. Meanwhile, we got people like Rothschilds and Rockefellers getting 25 heart transplants to stay alive until they like 102. You ain't no way you gonna tell me I gotta do anything when I know that you're actively doing something energetically to my child. Like, what? You're actively doing that shit. There's someone actively creating that flow of energy. There's someone doing that. That's a thing that's being done. That's not on automatic. That's a physical action that's being taken by someone in real time, which makes me think, who the fuck could be so deluded and crazy that they will go to a child and do some shit like that while they're asleep? What fucking psychopath would go into a child's home in an attempt to siphon their energy, be stabbing them in their heart chakra and fucking them up and then laughing about it? Disgusting people, right? So now I'm sitting here like I got an unburiedable child, Lord. So in this world, in this climate where it would be important to get onto the land of the people that you know, because clearly in land where people don't own shit and don't know shit and are just fucking crazy and deluded and crazy and again crazy, your children, I've seen it for years too. I'm just looking like, why the fuck? Y'all are crazy. Y'all need, look, devil energy keep popping out. Y'all be talking about Jesus and God and be like, oh, Jesucristo. Everybody, your mama got red candles and white candles and y'all practicing Santeria, but y'all see something like this and just be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. There's something wrong with y'all. I'm calling everybody out. Yeah, they said protect your kids. It's baneful spirits that are trying to create madness and confusion in your children. Be aware. I'm telling you, because the children are, because they're in poverty. The children are the future. So if you're not sitting there paying attention to protecting the kid, you worried about what I got going on with me. You need to be over there. If you the babysitter, pay attention to what's going on over there. If I'm working and you helping me and we in community, you supposed to be focusing right there, nowhere else. Ain't supposed to be no other focus on your mind but that right there. Because you know what I'm doing. So the whole focus is supposed to be over there. If you know what I'm doing and what I got going on. And the type of time I'm on. Respectfully. Now, I'm not telling nobody to help me be a parent, but if you know I'm a single parent and you know I'm alone and you know I'm a sweet child and I don't do nothing to nobody, I really don't. I just be trying to protect my little space. My little space. My big space, but my little space. Why are you focusing on what I'm doing? Go over there. But then people who be doing this shit be having kids themselves. That's the crazy part to me. Like, they be having their own actual children and be doing this to other kids. So that's why I say you got to do the research so we can get up out of this, because this only is happening because they don't want us to figure out the truth. They don't want us to figure out that they're fucking crazy. They don't want us to figure out that they're zombies. Like, I had a dream that it was a bunch of organizations that had businesses like restaurants and all of that, and they were in a beautiful town. It was like luxury, but everybody was green skinned and their skin was peeling. It looked like how, you know how when you roll Elmer's glue off the skin, it was like kind of yellowish everywhere. It was rolling off and it was all over their face, but their skin was green. It was mostly Asian people, like with like a hibachi grill store, and there was this other group of all couples though. Zombified motherfuckers looking for somebody like myself to come through, because original melanin was green and blue. Indigo, child. Yeah, because the higher consciousness, we used to exist on those frequencies closer to the sun. That makes sense now. That's why they hate melanated people, because our body vibrates on a different consciousness and a different frequency naturally. Trees are green. Grass is green. Everything that lives off the sun is green. What happens to a tree when the sun's not shining? What color does the tree turn? Class? No OnlyFans content. It's a child in the house. So get off my place. I don't play that. Like, no. Fuck is wrong with you? But what color does the tree turn when there's no sunlight though? Turns brown. Red, yellow, and brown. The trunk on the tree is brown. Oh, you got you an indigo baby. You got you a rainbow baby. You got you a crystal child. The tree's leaves, when they fall, happen to look like black people, don't they? Oh. And we talk about trees and getting connected to being grounded, right? And your roots. You're supposed to be going through this portal right now. Okay, so be careful. Watch your child as you go through this portal and ascend into this version of yourself. You've got a Knight of Pentacles in the energy. Trying to help bring justice. Maybe they're trying to repay for something that happened in the past, or something about this Knight of Pentacles is bringing justice. I don't know. Well, there's abundance that is coming with the Knight of Pentacles, because this card also stands for abundance. All eyes are watching at this time. But yeah, when you figure out what land you own, you then can also tell them motherfuckers who got them KKKs, that shit, you can tell them to get the fuck off your land. You can't come here. You don't own shit over here. You don't belong over here. You don't have no jurisdiction over here. We own this land, and we got the right to shoot the fuck out of you if you come over here. Queen of Wands. So justice is being brought to the Queen of Wands. Ooh. Star energy. This is also Aquarius energy. So this Queen of Wands is going to start looking like a star, or is coming into a star position based on this justice being brought. Excuse me. Oh, let's see. We have a Chariot, so some kind of imposter syndrome is going to be the thing that actually helps movie. So this Chariot is going to get you to a different place. You're in motion, right? But you got to be careful of imposter syndrome. So make sure you're operating in your own energy. Right? Make sure you're operating in your own energy. Or what is rightfully yours. Then you'll finally find love, a marriage of some sort, and have some kind of spiritual elevation, evolution. But be careful, because people have been doing spell work and root work on you while you're asleep, so it kind of can stop and hinder your progress. Like you might make progress in a day, and then someone at night is just doing stuff to you while you're sleeping, trying to regate or backtrack your success. Like I had somebody come to me in my dreams, was trying to sleep with me in my dream. I was like, my son is in the bed with me. Why are you trying to have sex with me while we're in, like, my son is here. Like, my son's here. Why are you trying to get in my bed and have sex with me? Like, that's why people be thinking, like, I'm sleep. Like, I don't be sleep. I be in a whole nother dimension where people be, like, around me, and, like, stuff that really is going on be happening. But then I come and wake up here, and it's like, oh, but it's whatever I saw in the dream is still affecting what's going on here. That's why I'm saying, like, you have to be in tune with your spirit. You need to fast. You need to know what you're doing while you're going to sleep. Because, like, say I wasn't conscious of my soul last night, and I didn't turn in that heart and soul and mind cohesion frequency last night, and I was sleeping and all I saw was black. That man would have been up in that bedroom banging me right next to my son with my baby in the bed, all that crazy shit. Oh, hell no. I'm in the bed with my son. What the fuck are you doing in my bed? Weird ass. Like, The fuck? So, with that all being said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go to your ancestors, though. You know, about this stuff going on with you at night. Hopefully, you can pray to your ancestors. One of them will protect you while you sleep. You know? How it's possible? How is what possible? And just know this will be an uphill battle. You'll feel like a small dwarf compared to what's going on around you, because like it's so many organizations and companies that just want to go against you because you're speaking up for yourself. Like people don't like it when you can speak up for yourself. People don't like it. And look, and you're the perfect person for this job. You gonna have some people who want to support you and be up there and have their back straight for you like this, and you're gonna have people who gonna be hunching their back over, slouched with their face all fucked up, like why her? Why him? Why them? Staring off into the abyss because they don't want to see you win. Mad as hell. They like, oh no, why that person? Why not me? Why that person? Why I can't do it? Why that person get that kind of spiritual protection? Why that person get that kind of uplifting? Why that person get that kind of backing? Because when certain people make it, other people make it too. See, if I make it in life, if I get to what I want to get in my destiny, every human around me is going to survive way longer than they would in anyone else's mind. Is that clear? If my mind gets to be put on the forefront and the way that I think is the way that we all decide to think for just a second, just to get us through this next month, more of us will survive than die. More of us will get peace than not. More of us will enjoy our time here than not. If my mind gets to be on the forefront. Because it's not just for whites, it's not just for blacks, it's not just for Hispanics, it's not just for Asians, not just for any other ethnic background, Indians, whatever. If my mind is on the forefront, we're talking about everyone getting rights to their original land. Everyone not having to work jobs that they hate just for money. If you got to work a job, it's going to be something that you want to do passionately, that you're just going to do because you wake up and do it every day. I get on here and talk this shit because I enjoy talking this shit to people. I enjoy podcasting and sharing my thoughts and my brains with people. I enjoy this. I enjoy talking about stuff that really needs to be heard in front of big names so that big people can really be put in their small places, so that people who are truly trying to do right by people can be in front of those people. Because we don't need more rapists and more drug dealers and more idiots. I mean, I ain't even mad at the drug dealers. As long as you're dealing something that's pure. Hey, people want to sniff coke and kill themselves and get brain holes. That's their business. I ain't even mad at the drug dealers. I'm mad at the pedophiles and the rapists and the sex scandals and the energy harvesting ass witches and the people who putting entities and shit on people. I can't stand those people. The pedophiles, the rapists, the murderers. Because why are you trying to shorten somebody else's life? Because why are you trying to rape somebody's kid? Why are you trying to take sex from somebody that don't want to give you sex? If you're so attractive and you so lit, why are you not just going to get sex from somebody who want to give you sex? Why are you trying to connect to somebody that you don't even support them? Like, why are you go to people that you support? Go call your friends and go to their house and go chill with them. Like, if people really thought how I think, like, it would really help a lot of people not be in mental anguish. If all those governors that believe in sex parties would just fuck each other and leave the other people out of it, they'd be fine. If all the people on Epstein's Island really liked that shit and they just did that and they left the kids out of it and the minors out of it, that's fine. Have sex parties and sex scandals. That's fine. Just leave the kids and the minors out of it that don't want to be there. If people who don't believe in money could just enjoy not having money and just be on a barter system, That's fine. Let them go be over there in their space, trading goods, trading services, and minding their business. If them motherfuckers over there like spicy food, that's fine. Eat your spicy food. If they want to only eat vegetables, that's fine. Just go over there and do that shit. Don't tell everybody they got to do the same thing. But the issue is we keep on having these communities where we want to keep on trying to cohabitate everyone in one spectrum, and then everybody's fighting for who's going to be the one on top versus like, damn, so if you eat vegan and you need government assistance, well, we have an actual vegan neighborhood for all the people who are on government assistance that are vegans. Y'all can all go thrive in this community over here. And for all of you people who are on government assistance but like to gang bang and drug deal, we have this neighborhood for you right here, this setting. You can definitely gang bang and drug deal and play Grand Theft Auto in real life over here in your own little neighborhood neck of the woods. Yeah, right there. Don't bring that shit over here. And for all you people over there who want to have nasty sex all the time, we gonna put you around a bunch of freaks. All you ones that like to fuck and suck and all that. Y'all, there's a perfect neighborhood over here for y'all. Just keep that shit in y'all neighborhood. Because not everybody thinks like that all the time. Not separation based on racism, but based on moral belief. If we really understood why certain nations existed separately and got into it with our ancestors, a lot of the shit that we are confused about would cease, because we wouldn't be around people who are draining because we don't even believe in being draining. We wouldn't be around people who believe in torturing because we don't believe in torturing. We wouldn't be around certain individuals because we just don't believe in certain stuff. You understand? So I'm French. I don't understand all you say, but I understand most of it. Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't understand most of what everybody else say either. I don't speak Spanish. I understand respect though. I understand peace, and that's all we gotta understand. But a lot of us, I'm El Don Chapo, so I gotta make everybody submit to me. Like, sir, in your neighborhood, that's fine, but over here, like, just leave us alone. We don't want nothing to do with that. We old and got children and families. We just trying to mind our business. We don't want no problem with y'all. We don't want no smoke with y'all. We just trying to face this way, turn around and look at our own stuff and just mind our business right over here. We just want to look this way real quick and just say, hey, everybody okay over here? Oh, that's all right. Y'all good? Everybody good? We all here for the same conversation. We believe in the same things. Okay. Y'all got the lesson? Y'all got the message? Yes, cool. You are a sympathetic girl. The neighborhood, I have no neighbors for this. Yeah, it's just like... Temperance, yeah, temperance angel, being balanced. You see how this man is calm, his feet is in the ground just like me. Feet in the dirt, got a nice little stick, little staff, connected me to the planet. Got my little pot for offerings over here, but I got this little blade right here. I stab your ass up if you need me to. Come on now. I'm just trying to be here and have my feet on the ground and just enjoy nature. But you trying to fuck me up. Yeah, I got a knife underneath this jacket. But just leave me alone. And I'm going to leave you alone, We got a King of Swords in the energy, air sign Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius masculine. So something about this air sign. What about, he's trying to make an offer to somebody? Something about a child and a new baby? I don't know. You let me possess your son, I'll give you a new baby. Like, I don't know what it's given. But something about the pentacle and the kid. Because I'm looking at it, right? I just want to look at the faces. This person looks like a god, but he got a mask on, right? And in the face of the kid, looks like he's giving away his abundance to this entity or energy. But then a new baby gets to come from it. I did see my dad in my dream last night. He is a air sign. Hell no. Answer's no. Back your ass up for my baby. Hell no. That ain't happening. Then we got this King of Pentacles. He got his own pentacle. See, this is a grown man with no mask on, draped up. Look, same thing, got a staff. I command shit. I got my own pentacle. The black and white chessboard is beneath my feet. Man. Nope. I felt it. But you see what I'm saying? I come with my own pentacle too. As he always would tell me, I'm a king, and got all these lions around him on his throne. Some people dress down on purpose just to see how they gonna get treated. But we all spiritual entities, you know that, right? Just some of us are further along in their spiritual journey. Okay? Hierophant, spiritual teacher. So this King of Pentacles might be a Hierophant, because this also is Taurus energy, and the King of Pentacles is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus man, and then the Hierophant comes out to re-amplify the Taurus energy. And y'all see the tuning fork on the forehead, right? The spiritual teacher. Okay. Very much connected to the ancestors. Again, another staff in the hand and lines in the background. Very much nature. Okay. The thing I noticed about this King of Swords, there ain't no staff. It's just a sword. It's just fight. And you see he has on silver. He ain't got on gold. He got on silver. So he a king, but you see he got a little teeny tiny tapestry right there. He got silver on his cuffs. He got one feather in his crown. Got that sword is strong though. That sword, that intelligence that cuts with a knife, but he got a cloak behind him. So you can't even see what else is behind him. All you see is a shield. This look like war. That's what that looked like. War. Whereas the Temperance Angel, which is Sagittarian energy, barefoot, but one sword, but it's still a staff, grounded. So it looks to me like the energies is given, those energies are grounded, where this King of Swords is not grounded. They're very much in the digital world. They're into that other stuff. That's why they're trying to make an offer and get a pentacle from someone who is grounded in cosmic understanding. Who has gold on their ankles. Like, this nigga got gold on his ankles. Like, got gold on my belt, gold on my neck, gold everywhere. You see how many feathers he has in his crown compared to the other king? Okay. And then even the Hierophant, no feathers, but clearly a marking on the forehead to let you know the tuning fork, frequencies, being in tune with nature. Barefoot, and again, another staff with more lions, tigers, bears, oh my, all of the animals behind him. See, the Temperance Angel has the community behind them. The Sagittarian, I'm a Sagittarius, by the way, but you got community behind them. The village. Like, I'm here to just be grounded and help ground the village energy. Village is behind me, the waterway, with my staff. I ain't that fancy, but you know, I fuck a nigga up if I got to. I don't want to. I hate that. I hate it. Because this King of Swords energy come with all that. I'm a king, silver, but one feather in the hat, a sword, and just these feathers and grass. It looked all dressed up and puffed up like a bird, right? Air sign. It looked puffed up. But that's all feathers. That might not even be gold around their neck. You see that? I'm a Sagittarius. Whereas this King of Pentacles got a lot of gold on. A lot of feathers. A lot of lions and a throne. We're not talking about a chair. This nigga got a throne made out of lions' heads. Versus that King of Swords has a chair. He's sitting in a chair. You a king? You only sit in the chair. You don't ever sit down in the chair because he always up fighting. Always up trying to knock somebody's goddamn lights out all the damn time. Fighting all the time. Sit down. I'm sitting down. I command people. I'm rich already. He's showing off his actual body's physique. You can see he's not that thick. He's not that muscular. He's not that puffed up. But he's a king. And he got a blue pendant right here over top of the throat chakra. So interesting. And then again, the Hierophant with the staff. Even his staff got a lion's head on it, by the way, too. But he got the Hierophant also with the staff. Also barefoot and grounded, in tune with the ground. Okay. I just wanted to break that down because I don't usually always break that down, but something called me to break that down real quick and like really expose that. Like, this dude with a mask on is trying to ask a kid for his coin. A King of Swords, you need the kid's coin. With the Pentacles guy, he got his own coin. He got his own army, militia, family, supporters. But selfish with it. Selfish as a bitch. Because look at this king right here. Same thing. He has his own pentacle, but he's selfish. With the light, electricity, lightning bolt, storm, his foot on top of all. He got more pentacles than you could think of, but he just got his feet on top of all of them. So he want to keep it all for himself. He don't want to share nothing. Very selfish. Maybe he's teaching you to be selfish. Maybe teaching you to be a war general. Say, I don't need to fight you. I'm going to get somebody else to fight you so that I can be selfish with my energy and my time and my abundance because I don't owe that shit to you. But you must get into solitude to understand what this message is. Think about who you need to work with when you're in solitude. Who you're going to have business contracts with when you go into solitude. Who's going to be the people that you sign these new deals with when you go into solitude. That's what you can meditate on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And don't think that you're not going to have to put some hard work in when it comes down to it. You making that money. You see this person is making the money. You are the person that makes the money. You are the money. So in order for you to make it, it's going to be a lot of hard work that's going to get put into it. And you have to work with some people that might not look like you. And you might have to put on a mask to be at work. You might not like the crown that they give you. It'll be all weird and probably won't have anything to do with your heritage. But learn how to make the money. Put on your identity and get to work. Figure out who you need to be in order to make that coin. Now, we did just talk about people like me. If I stay up, barter system. Look, who do you need to be in order to make the barter system exist again? Who do you need to be in order to make that system exist again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You will have people protecting you while you go through this. But your protection is going to cause somebody to end up in the hospital. Somebody's going to get sick because they ain't not going to have access to you no more. But you got to protect yourself. You can't allow people to just get what they need off of you and then you're dying for somebody else on purpose. Like, I'm willing to, don't get me wrong, you know, life and trust is all about willing to die for somebody and willing to invest in somebody, but you can't be so willing to die for somebody else that you literally don't live for yourself. You got to live for yourself and then be willing to die for somebody else that you trust. That would do the same for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's the truth. And then I also got it at the Two of Cups partnerships. So yeah, you gotta find that ride or die. Somebody gonna be a ride or die one of these days. But some people might have to do it from the back. They can't do it in the front, because if they do it in the front and they put what y'all got going on the front line, that's gonna fuck up the whole timeline for everybody else. So sometimes some people gotta support you from the back. Now I'm seeing a 9 of Cups offer being made to someone who already got the whole ocean. Girl, you already got everything you need. You got the water, you got the flow. You already on your ascension journey up the mountain. And somebody sees that and they want to come and offer you some cups. But it's a snake, and I don't like that. The fact that it's a snake in front of this man, like he reaching for you, but it's a snake trying to bite you. Why you nah, bro. And then right next to that popped out the King of Cups. So be mindful of someone trying to make a connection with you. This also came out. Your gifts are going to come to you. Funny thing, I had a dream last night that I had telepathy and telekinesis. Oh, I saw the sneak this morning before I even came online. I was like, oh yeah, I saw it. Like, where you at right now? I'm not telling your ass nothing. I don't know shit. Not with y'all. This is in your destiny. This is in your destiny. Yeah, the sneak. I could see the sneak attack already. It's cool. You know, my son's dad is in prison and everybody's just been stabbing at him during the full moon, you know, just trying to kick him down in the dirt. He did his dirt though. I don't know what he did. He came to me in my dream last night though. He was talking a good talk too, man. I was in jail beating niggas' asses, boy. I was up in that motherfucker fighting for my life, heavy mind. And they ended up giving me the keys to the jail. But boy, last night was crazy in Dream World. I came to the jail to visit my son's father and speak to him. And they sent us to Zero. Right? Zero, like, because they had different booths that you could go to talk to them. And like when I was waiting for him, he could see me through the glass, but it was like getting real hectic when he was trying to come see me. And I was like, I could finally see like what exactly he was involved in, like how bad prison really is. Because it was like, the motherfuckers was like demons behind the wall. They were like, yeah, nigga, what? Fuck you talking about? Ah, I'm crazy for real. And I'm like, whoa. Coming to visit him or whatever. And then he comes to the front to come talk to me on the phone. But he ends up going they send us to Zero. And Zero is like no glass in between us. No need to pick up the phone to talk to me. Like he literally like grabbed my hand. And he kept kissing on my hand. And I was like, bro, get off my hand. Like, get off my hand. Let my hand go. But at the same time, I was kind of like falling for it too. I was like, oh, he's so cute. He cares. But then like, they was like, yeah, but it's time. But you got to leave though. Girl, don't forget you gotta leave. And like all the other girls was talking to me, they was like, yeah, you gotta leave though, so be careful, you have to leave. I'm like, wait, what? So then I think something else happens where I actually ended up in the jail too. Have you mind, I did recently go to jail this past year, and I went to the same jail as him, PG County Jail. He wasn't there, he had got transferred. That's gonna come up later on, that's why that's important. But he was transferred somewhere else. So I'm in there and like my brother's in there with me, and my brother is fighting like shit. I'm talking about like beating niggas' asses. I'm talking about we had to kick ass, okay? They said basically you're not getting out here unless you can beat everybody's ass to get out. Prove that you don't deserve to be in here. Prove you really a fighter, a warrior, whatever. Man, yeah. I think I ended up leaving my brother in one of the rooms. He came out. I mean, look, they said, okay, now y'all can get y'all soul back. So come on, if you want your soul, come on, let's go this way. If you want your soul, they're like, yes, girl, your soul, your whole soul. Come on now. And I'm walking out, and they're like giving me a key, and they said, don't you dare look back. And then for some odd reason, I was in the dream, right? But when I was in the dream, I started thinking in consciousness here about how when I really was in jail, they said, don't do that. And then my dumb ass had looked at the girl, and she said, bye to the girl, like, hi, bye-bye, making it out, see you later, to me and a girl and another dude that was leaving. And I was like, oh shit, right? Because I'm like, now that I think about it, what the fuck? When we was leaving out, I looked at her like they said, look straight ahead, don't look back at nobody. And I don't know what made my neck just twinge and look back. I said, fuck. And it felt like something creeped back in the side of my chest. Like something went and like hooked in the side of my shoulder. I was like, fuck. And I was like trying to get it off. I guess I don't know. But long story short, I left out of there, and the girl was like, yeah, Fat Trail, he was here. I'm like, here? What's she talking about? Huh? Well, I'm about to go to his house and go sit on his couch right now. I'm like, okay. Am I missing something right now? I was so lost. I'm like, I'm just happy to be out of here and go home and see my son. Like, I don't give a fuck about, like, no disrespect to him or anything. But I'm like, and no disrespect to her, but I'm like, I'm just happy to see my son. It's just unfortunately I kept on thinking about the person I was dating at the time. I don't know, maybe because they might have had some internet celebrity beef or some shit. I don't fucking know. And like all these DC niggas was in there. Like a girl was like DC Southside Warriors and all this shit. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Are y'all trying to fight me for him while I'm in jail? Like, is this a setup? Like, what the fuck? Why is all these niggas from DC you trying to act like they just like, fuck, I'm going home. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm making it home. And all of them was trying to fight me and beat me up, but the whole time I still made it home. I'm like, I'm confused. What, are we fighting for our soul in prison? Like, is that what goes on in here? Like, oh my God. People be thinking jail is just jail. Like, nah, it's a whole different world in there. So I'm like, oh, thank you, God, for letting me up out of there. Okay. But in the dream last night, once we're finally getting let out, they give me the keys. And it's like different keys, and they had different shapes. Oh. 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 I'm gonna have to reflect on that a little bit more, but I think I just realized something that, wow, and that's the truth. The Ace of Swords card just came out with that's the truth, and then the Judgment card. They made me the judge about whether or not he should come home. My brother should come. They're making me the judge. They're making me the judge of character at this point. They're giving me the gavel. Because I remember one of the keys was shaped like a gavel. To decide who should and should not make it home. That's what they told me. That's what Spirit told me. And then I woke up and it was like, you don't know how many spirits stand behind you because you exposing different kind of beings that we ain't never seen before. And have you mind, also in my dream last night, I had telekinetic powers. I was able to I was like, look, Mom, look what I could do. And I was like moving stuff around. That part of the dream happened first. I was in my grandmother's apartment and I was showing my mother that I could move stuff. Like I was pulling stuff with my hands, like, and making stuff float and stuff. And then I ended up in jail. They wanted me in jail, and they basically sold me out because they wanted me in jail. They gave me up because I had gifts. But me going to jail showed that other people had gifts. And a lot of people who are in the jail system have gifts and they need to be let out. And that's why they gave me the keys. If I rule the world, I will free all my son. I'm getting it now. And that's why my friend that lives over there looks like Lauren Hill. I always said they look alike. She's also a Sagittarius. So, moon card, secrets, feminine energy. And I'm supposed to judge people's character based on how they act. And I can't fight for people who don't act justly. Like, if you legitimately are acting like an ass, I gotta call it out. Because why are you acting like that? And when we have more people who do that, that the magic of the truth. Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, backstabbing. Oh no, Five of Swords. Somebody's going to jail. Imagination. Look, I ain't gonna lie for my son now, boy. If you doing some bad shit, you need to be handled accordingly. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what he be doing when I be asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be hoping and praying that he doing the right thing, but I be looking at his stuff. It be looking like it's going down. It don't be looking like it's like going around stabbing nobody. Like, you know how some people, like, men learn how to use their penis or their phallus like a key or a wand, depending on who raises them, right? And I haven't seen him using it like a wand, right? I haven't seen him do that. I'm always seeing it look like somebody sucking it downstairs into the apartment downstairs. Like, it look like it's always going down in the ground or something. I'm like, what the hell? That shouldn't be down there. What's that doing down there? It's supposed to be in my apartment. If anything, it's supposed to be rolled up around his ankle in our apartment. Like, what's it doing all the way down there? Right? But I also know that some boys use it for like building structure. So like, imagine if you had a penis and your job was to protect and like build something. You would have to like take it and eject it out from yourself and like create the floor that you live on. But I'm always seeing his go into the ground. So I'm like, I'm trying to roll it back up around his ankle so it's not going in the ground. And when I'm doing it, I'm actually feeling like lighter in my chest. Like this is opening up right here. So I don't know what that means. And it's starting to get windy outside again. But also understand that the phallus and the connection between the phallus and the womb is necessary in order for you to have electricity flowing. Becoming an electrician, but also a family tree organizer. But apparently, like they said, temperance card is also judgment. Temperance angel, balance, Sagittarian energy. So there's going to be a new age where the people who are actually, because one thing I also realized in prison and in jail, where a lot of the people who are in jail are used, like the people who actually are like there for life or long term, they will gather a lot of them up and it'll be like a scared straight situation. They'll bring them and they become the actual decision makers of who does and doesn't go home based on how they're treating everybody. Like a dude, he's like, fuck that, I ain't about to do 10 years. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that. And I just kept on like hitting me. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, if I ain't know anybody, I think you knew me personally. You sound like you talking for somebody I know. He's like, I'm going home. Fuck that. I'm going home. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that bitch. And I just kept feeling it all in my chest. And like, it felt like everybody was trying to like bully me. And I was just like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. I've never experienced something so crazy in my life. Like, yo, no. So then I remember he ended up having to stay. I got let go home. So the ones who there long time, they just walk around, they fuck with you, they tell you not to talk to the men, you know, be these women over here, and there's all these men around you, and it's like stay in the bubble with all the women. And you're like, okay, it's trying to teach you a lesson, like stay with the women. But then the men keep talking to you and you feel bad for them and you talk to the wrong dude, and now you all through the whole system, ran through. They told you don't talk to the guys. They said only talk to the girls, but the girls is making me feel uncomfortable too. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But I think they were trying to get them to like eat them up, eat them up, eat them up. And it was supposed to actually be a whole entire like planned situation. The stuff that goes on in jail, look. Now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, I think I know what that was, but like I said, somebody was like, I drove that bitch till the wheels fall off. It was just a lot of stuff happened during that phase with being in prison. But for me to have that dream and revisit that moment, that's for me to really talk about with myself. I'm not gonna put that on the internet for y'all, because some stuff y'all just don't need to know, even though y'all are part of my collective intimately. But yeah, I'm seeing some things that are for my own personal understanding. But a lot of people who are in jail actually become the judges of many souls. Because that's all they can do is help be a part of the legal system. You have a protector in your energy. You have someone who's doing spell work on you, so they're protecting you while people are doing spell work on you at night. So this imposter syndrome, they're putting on a secret identity, though, in order to be able to do it. It may be a Queen of Wands, or they're protecting this Queen of Wands. So this Queen of Wands can get through this portal and keep their son protected. You're going to receive a gift from your family. It may be some kind of offer that might be dried up, though. But you are the best person to get this done for the family, and it will bring you some kind of spiritual evolution. That's for your soul to contemplate. Now, for your money, you're going to have to put in a lot of hard work. Be selfish with your money. Learn from this King of Pentacles about deals and contracts. Also, go to your ancestors about any of them so that you can bring in this Knight of Pentacles abundance. That's the truth. But you got to go into solitude in order to really King of Swords. It's going through a battle right now. We have this Magician card, right? Then we got the Moon. So some kind of moon magic was being done, which is going to bring judgment to some people. This is your Wheel of Fortune understanding, right? But you're going to have to become a spiritual teacher of something about being balanced or making the right decision and being like an angel. And it's going to bring you a lover situation, which is going to be your chariot into your stardom and your justice. If you do play the lottery, I'm going to give y'all numbers. I forgot to just now, so let me do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 10, 4, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6, 4, 10. 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 6, 6, 10. Ooh, you add up 4 plus 6 equals 10. You got 4, 6. So that sounds like 10, 10, 10 to me. That sounds like 3 10s. Ten is completion. So. Be mindful. All right, y'all. I'm finna go clean and clear my energy and get all these motherfuckers up out of this house and recondense my energy back down to its smaller size. I appreciate you all being here and supporting me through this message and paying attention and making sure y'all going ahead and get y'all rightful land back, land that belongs to you, right? So that doesn't mean entering anyone else's palaces or anybody else's headquarters and, you know, interjecting yourself in it. That means minding your fucking business and staying out of other people's shit. All right. So we're going to close down the curtains right now, right? We're going to go and close it up. Whoop. Whoop. Seal the walls shut. Close it all up. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me go ahead and get my charger so I can give you the rest of this message. And you're my prisoner. Cards left on the table. All right. Let me go ahead and stack that up like that. Put that like that. Put that like that. While that charger sit down there and do that. Okay. Let's see. Woo! Oh, no problem, my love. Just understand that whatever you take, you must pay forward. So if you was taken, you got to pay it back. That's the law of reciprocity, the law of the land. That's also the law of inertia. Whatever you put out comes back. So you push forward. Like you on a bus and the bus stops and it stops to come back, but it makes you go forward like that. Right? But then Newton's third law, whereas if you push the ore in the water and you put it in there and you push it, it's going to push you go, whichever way you push it goes the opposite way. So, right? Like that. Right. Okay. So, all the laws, Newton's laws, don't forget them. Wind activation just came on. Yeah, so it's just understanding your value, right? I spoke to a mother earlier about that on Threads. She was like, "Oh, God is punishing me for choosing to get a child out of wedlock and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Girl, God is not punishing you. God just wanted you to realize that you were the prize in the bag and the moneymaker and everything. You didn't need him necessarily to make that baby. You just needed the sperm cells. All you need is you to get that shit together, okay? It's not about you punishing yourself and having this worthless feeling of, oh my God, I'm nobody without a man. Like, God takes away men from you that you fall in love with to show you that you don't need them. It's nice to have one around, but you don't need one. You need community. There are other men that can take care of you and support you. There are other people who can take care of you and support you. There are other people who can come around you and start a fire with you. There are other people who can bring heat and warmth. You don't have to have that man or that man, especially if that man ain't treating you like the woman of his dreams, okay? The cards that just fell down that were face up were, no, it wasn't that one. It was perspective. See, perspective, love, and vulnerability, right? The ones that came face down were submerged, new moon promise, stillness, and grounding. I'm gonna read that situation like, okay, so what's obvious when it comes to perspective, the wind, the Milky Way, you know, your womb and all that good stuff, and love and compassion, being vulnerable, right? Well, on the other side of the perspective, you got to understand that some people are submerged right now, and the new moon promise could be them, oh, I'm about to come home from jail, fuck with me, you know, we could lock in when I get home. Stillness, though, you got to get still and ground yourself. Yeah, because how you gonna let somebody back up into your space if your space ain't even stable? Okay, so it looks like Valentine's Day's around the corner, so who knows what the fuck God got underneath his sleeve after that dream last night. Lord, look, my baby father come, hello, cell phone, what's up? I'm like, who phone number is this? You got another phone number while you in jail? Nah, what's your address though? Why? I'm about to get something sent to your house. Motherfucking roses and shit come to the front door. Oh shit, what's this? Who the fuck sent this? How you send this from jail? Nigga come to the stairs, huh? What the fuck are you doing here? Oh my god! When did you? I wasn't gonna tell you, Mo. It was just, you know, I wanted to surprise you type shit. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Anything can happen if you let it happen. Sometimes people will just come around to be placeholders because Mama Gaia got your back and she's nurturing you with everything that you need. Sometimes people come around as placeholders until what needs to really happen and what the true prize is there for you. Because you gotta learn how to be loyal to somebody, how to not cheat, how to not be the fucking scum on the bottom of the earth. Because like I said, I had that dream that I had the telekinesis, right? And I was learning all that. My mom got me hemmed up because she found out that I had superpowers, and she fucked me up and got all the signal blockers installed in the house and let the Hispanic people come in and put all that shit in the house and all them gadgets. And every time you go in the house, it's like fucking X's and crosses all through the goddamn house. So it's like laser beams that you can't even see floating through the fucking house, shooting you every fucking angle. You can't even get yourself back into normal functioning because they got so many, like I said, so much energy projection being done in front of you. They trying to block you from your pathway, which is all the way up there. Literally, you got the legs, just step over that shit and get over it. Like, oh, that's nice. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So yeah, like, yeah, what's this? Okay, take this ugly ass thing off me. Like, why you got me in a damn body vest? Like, what's all that about? What? That off my chest, right? Wake up call. So all that was transpiring, right? All that happened, and then I ended up in the jail, and then the fight with me and my brother getting out of jail, and they gave me the keys to be the judge of people's character and be the judgment, you know, like judge people as they should be judged, because it's like, I see you for who you really are. I'm looking right at you. It's not about ICE. It's not about nothing. It's about who are you. Fuck them. They get that. They only allowed to do that because we showing them that we hate each other. What are we doing though? Are we hating each other in our own communities, killing each other in our own communities, killing each other, stabbing each other in our own communities? The only reason I'm ever going to smack you because it's like, what you doing looking in my house? Why are you looking in my window? Why are you looking in my kitchen cabinet? Why are you trying to get extra groceries? If you got food and you got stuff, you go to work every day, you got food. I don't go to work. You don't know what I got in my house. Food, money, energy, anything. You don't know what's going on over here. You gonna listen to somebody that's gonna tell you it's okay to rape me? You a fool because they probably set your dumb ass up. Right? So then after that, getting to my own place, and I was sleeping in the mattress, and it seemed like I was broke and all poor and desperate like I am in this apartment. It seems like I don't have nothing going for myself. It seems like I'm uneducated and stupid and stuff. Oh, she need help. She ain't got no man in there. They did all these perceptions, right? And a man who I knew from my old neighborhood, he tried to come in my house and he tried to get on top of me and have sex with me. And I was looking at him like, boy, are you crazy? Get off me. I feel drugged up right now. Why are you trying to put your wee wee on me? You ain't got no condom on. Like, I'm in a dream, like, oh my God, get off me, get back. And I'm looking like, don't you see my son is in the bed with us? What are you doing? Ooh, I'm trying to take the covers off my son and be like, move. I'm trying to get my son, get away from me. I'm trying to get to my baby. Like, move, bro, move. So I'm going over to my son, and then I remember waking up again, and I was in a hotel with my father. Now, this is shit that threw me off, because I remember on my 21st birthday what might have happened to me, right? I'm in the hotel with my father, and he's trying to sell me off to some dude and tell him that it's okay to do whatever the fuck he wants to me. I'm like, do you not see that I'm gifted? I got this mark on my forehead that lines up with my eyeballs. I have a pyramid on my forehead. I'm different than everybody. I don't do the down spiral pyramid. I don't do the pyramid that goes to the nose and comes back. I don't do the upside down triangle. My triangle goes the other way. My arrow goes up, not down and forward. My arrow goes up. Why you keep trying to make people treat me? That ain't shit on your forehead. That's just a fucking mark. And he like just like mushed it. Like he was like, it's just a fucking mark. I was like, oh. But finally the pimple mark is going away, so you can finally actually see my actual birthmark. Right? So it was just like, wow. Your own father be the one that try to get you fucked up. And your mother. Both your parents. It's like all the truth that I needed to know came out in the dream. Like, yeah, them neighbors were siphoning your energy. Yeah, it was like they ain't give a fuck about your kids. They ain't shit. These people that was across the hall from us. And it's funny because the people that moved into that unit, they be calling my son all the time like, oh, what's up, Marcel's mom? You know, the people that lived in that unit that I'm talking about in my old apartment complex, the one that I'm talking about. Yeah, those people. The dude, he came over one day. He was real drunk. He was the first person from over there. He's like, you got some shit. I think he said, you got some sheets and some funnel or something, he said. Then he asked for my number and I gave it to him, but we never talked. You know, I was like, if you want your hair done, I'm a hairstylist here. And I felt a little vibe. I'm like, whoa. Like, you know, because again, I wasn't aware of how to like protect myself all the way. You know? So since I wasn't aware on how to protect myself all the way, I kind of fell into other situations that I had no business being in. So I'm sitting in the space and rebirth at the bottom of the deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the people that lived in there before them, that guy was in one of my dreams as well, trapped in the basement in the dark. And I never understood that. And I always see his car. Like, I be driving in my neighborhood, driving around, going to the grocery store. I always see his truck driving around my corner, like driving around our block. Like, he still got some kind of connection to me, which is weird because it's like his girl always acted like she hated me. She's a nurse. She had long locks. She never got her kids' hair done by me. She hated me for no reason. I'm like, why do you hate me? I don't even know why you hate me. I didn't do nothing. I'm not flirting with your dude. I don't even understand. Like, I knew nothing about vibes back then. So if me and him was vibing by accident, I never fucking knew. That's why now I be trying to walk around and like keep my shit closed up. Cause it's like everywhere I go, the women always hate me because they think I'm trying to sleep with their husband. I don't want nothing to do with your husband. I don't want nobody dick in me. I don't want no wee nowhere near me. I like cuckoo. I've been liking women since I was a kid. My first feeling of attraction in my vagina was to a woman. You understand that? It wasn't to a man. So I'm not looking at your husband. If anything, I'd be looking at you. And if I'm not looking at you, then I'm not looking at you. You know, respectfully, it's just I'm not like that. But I see that. Well, you're not being grown. That's part of being grown. You gotta keep the party going. Volatility, some passion needs to be expressed. So somebody does need to let their little monkey out, though. It is a full moon. I ain't gonna hold you. I know my ex is a wolf, and the full moon is out, and it's wolf season right now. All them wolves that just came over here, the dude that came to get his hair done, he's also in the wolf pack. Them wolves be needing me, man. You the moon goddess. Come on, man. You know you gotta break down on that shit. We need that shit. If y'all don't get y'all asses away from my window, I can hear y'all climbing in my window at night. I can hear y'all spirits coming in my house. Summer solstice, radiance. So it's time for you to shine bright and know who you are. Like, girl, act with passion. I think that's why they're trying to get me into healthcare, because healthcare is understanding how to use your womb to heal people and give them just the right amount of medicine, not too much, just enough for them to keep it going. So I guess since it's a professional name put behind it, it's not so, I guess, it's not looked down upon as much, because it's like, oh, well, you're a nurse. You're supposed to be like that. But if you ain't got no professional title, it's like, you just a fucking whore, bitch. Ugh, you dirty bitch. You just a nasty hoe. But as soon as you're a nurse, oh, she's a nurse. It's okay. Oh, she's a prescription lady. She's supposed to be out here giving out medicine. Huh? Yeah, they was looking for me in that dream. That's what I'm telling you. They was trying to come give you. I'm like in the bed with my son. How are y'all trying to hop on top of me? They keep on trying to put me in hotel rooms and make all these men come in there and come fuck on me. That's why I'm like, my dad, on my 21st birthday, they said that the ambulance picked me up from a hospital. I mean, from the hotel, and took me to the hospital. They said I was at a hotel with friends. I still haven't seen the video of what happened that day. But if what happened that day was what I saw in my dream last night, finally, after all these years, 10 years ago, it's like, shit. Well, that's fucked up. Fairies, earth magic. So some earth magic being done on your behalf. You're breached, so something about your journey is breached or has been breached, but during this full moon, it's finally going to come complete, and you can celebrate. So that's why I say, like, I feel like people always be like, what you mean he about to come home? Emmanuel ain't never coming home. I'm like, bro, if my baby mountain is strength at the bottom of the deck, if my son's father's supposed to come home from jail earlier than his 10 years or 9 years he owes still, then shit, let it be. Like, the fuck? If you was the one who originally tried to do some weird stuff to me, you was convincing other people to do weird stuff to me, then just admit it. Just confess it. But it's funny because the day before, I really was like in my head about what had happened on my 21st birthday. That day when I was really in my head about it, all my son's dad's friends had came to burn my house down. Which was funny because just the other day I felt like a bunch of fire like engulfed me as I was in my closet trying to avoid my neighbor and his I just saw thief in bondage and rich guy. Avoid his sexual energy that he's always throwing over here. I'm like, I don't want that. Don't you got a girlfriend over there or something? I don't want no smoke, bro. I don't want no smoke. I just don't want my coochie all up in everybody's face. Like, if my womb is floating in the sky and I'm one of those tall women up there, you know, I just want to like, Can I feed the people who believe in what I believe in? But when you work at a hospital, you can't only give prescriptions to people who need prescription. You gotta give it to everybody. Quiet as kept. So every time my son might have tried to project some energy against somebody because he thought that I was in trouble, using the neighborhood's arsenal against us, I gotta now judge that situation. Because it's like, well, were y'all even thinking when y'all were doing that about who people really are in the spirit realm and just being balanced, and how if you need help, you want help, but if somebody needs a lot of help, y'all just, yeah, the person might be beating on somebody, but at the end of the day, look, Jesus Christ and God drowned the whole goddamn town of people and told them all to fuck off and die when they only saved animals. Shit happens, even in the Bible. I'm not saying it's right because I ain't want to get my ass beat either. But like I said, they get the keys to help judge. So now certain people got different positions. Yep, occupation change. It's coming to an end. Love offer. Use your intuition about these endings and what should end in your life. Your intuition about some false documents or statements that might have been made. Abuse. Ice Queen, intuition. Okay, let's get into the... Okay, there's an expectation. There's an expectation. What is the expectation? About an obsession. So somebody's obsessed and there's an expectation because of someone's obsession. I'm nervous, y'all. But you're looking like you're unbothered. Okay. And someone else is manifesting, or you're since you're unbothered, you're like just manifesting. You're just worried about being a manifester right now. You're not worried about nothing else. Okay, so somebody in the energy is a priest. Maybe a voodoo priest. Someone is jealous about someone's occupation. Someone's doing voodoo to acquire actual money. They're claiming to be a soulmate, though. Someone is divine in the energy. A starseed as well. So someone is also a starseed. Ooh, hold on one second, y'all. Someone's long black finger is gross. Someone's the healer. Y'all, that was so gross, bro. Oh my God. Someone's black finger was just gross. It just was like... What the fuck? Oh my God. So someone's trying to do a love spell and create some real love and affect your north node. Who's that? So a high priestess is to be trusted. Ice King is actually a whole boss and potentially also your twin flame. They're in bliss about you or want you in bliss. Something about beyond the veil. Something's going on beyond the veil. For Ice Queen. Who's protected or has protection from ancestors. Y'all ever just seen like a big blue spirit just land on your wall? It's like a portal on the wall and it, oh my God. Somebody just standing. The blue star. Holy fucking shit. I'm not tripping. And no, that's not just the... Yo. Karma for someone. It changed shapes now. Rich girl, so you might be this rich girl. There's a thief trying to stop your ascension. Because they don't want to die. They don't want to die. They don't want to die. They have put out a false narrative about you because they say that you're not a rising star. They try to destroy you from rising, destroy your self-love, and then also leave you abandoned. The community either was involved or witnessed this. What about the community? This card wanted to come out, but courthouse. And we found out that the community became the jury of the whole situation. Child. There's a message about the child. What about the child? What about the child? Come on, y'all. I know how I don't like that. A Jezebel. So either the child is a Jezebel or there's a Jezebel that's traveling towards your child that's blocked, trying to give you a love offer. Achievement, you figured this out before it happened. Because they're in love with your child's energy and the pathway. They're trying to bring an ending to your child's pathway because you're moving on from them. They did death magic to your child because they wanted a commitment with you. They're trying to pose as a nice guy, but they've really been abusing you and we're trying to put you in poverty, stop your connection to divinity. See that blue and purple glow and orange and green, that blue and purple and green and purple, blue, purple, green glow around her. So they're posing as a nice guy to get back in your house and fuck around with your gifts and get you back involved in a third party stitch with them because of your moving on. Use your intuition at this time. You already know who it is if this applies to you. They have a health concern. They want you confused and lose about their health concerns. Also about this mature woman. Because you truly are a sweetheart. And in the distant future, your hard work and labor is going to pay off. And they're stuck with a health concern. They become a flying monkey in your life. They keep putting out false statements. And they're in emotional pain. They are a karmic masculine. And they want to fuck with your chakras because they're aligned. They have animosity. They want to do a ritual on you. They want to use the legal system against your family and leave you mentally, emotionally unstable, but you are earth angel. Okay? They're trying to change how people look at you and your job and what you do for work. Take away your credibility. And they want you in bondage with them. But they've been getting beat up, so they got to come over here. A mature man, they got to come over and kind of have a fake relationship with you. Saying hello from the other side while they're in jail. Ooh, faith. Your faith, however, can trump this entity attachment. So somebody's in high honor and it's leaving somebody else concerned because abundance is on the way for Ice Queen. So it seems like maybe even the baby daddy situation might be a whole ploy of, I'm trying to get back in good graces with you so that I don't end up out of here and you can take all my money. Because they have a health concern. They have thoughts because they're really in this lustful energy right now. Trying to send evil eye to a divine feminine who, again, is moving on to a richer guy with unexpected money who is also a divine. This is causing conflict about your successful rise into being a celebrity or whoever you are. And surprise, you don't have any hate towards any of these people. They want everyone around you confused and illused so they can manipulate you with this karmic feminine. And you had a spiritual awakening about this. Yes, because last night, the way that I was like, why is my casual chakra blocked? And I'm like, hold on. What this girl and her mama doing on the back of my head? Siphoning energy is full moon. They've been back there trying to stay attached and connected to you. They was doing their spell work to you. All this time you've been wondering, like, why this going on? Why is that going on? It's been somebody in particular all along who you trusted at one point in time, even might have helped out. But they don't want the world to know about the fact that you helped them and you are a reason why they're successful today. They don't want to pay it forward. Even though everyone knows that if someone helps you to the top, you're supposed to pay it forward at some point in time. Meaning break down with the money on, especially if you know that there was some. I had this dream where if my baby father passed away, his baby mother wasn't going to try to share none of the money with me. Like, she just want the money. That's the only reason she came to the funeral. She just want the money. And the girl just like kind of looked me up and down. It was like, My baby father kept telling me, he said, you know you have the gift of telekinesis, right? He just keeps telling me that over and over again. He said, you have this gift of telekinesis. You have this gift of telekinesis. Maybe that was a gift he wanted to give me. No. Or give it back because he was using it. I don't know. Anyways, y'all, that was the reading. Hopefully y'all are enjoying y'all's day and y'all have a great, blessed day. And y'all remember, keep your head above the water. And even if you can't, learn how to swim. Okay? Because we all here in this bubble of consciousness just trying to make a way. Okay? Love y'all. Stay safe. Or rather, stay dangerous. And get some chapstick. I got some. Well, I gotta go ahead and do my lip exfoliation. Just remember here on this channel right here, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between because these are tools anybody help you manifest your dreams and nobody take advantage of you.